This is
the story of a girl
who cried a river,
drowned the whole world.
The whole thing.
But I mean, while she looks so sad in photographs,
I absolutely
love her.
And she smiles. True Believers.
How many days in a year?
That's what I was waiting for. Welcome, True Believers, to your first episode of kind of, some would argue that we're around maybe a table.
Yes.
To discuss.
Squaring up around the square table.
Yeah, squares. Nobody's going to get that joke watch this clip.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. But welcome to Wait. Did I roll a wild? A Marvel Crisis Protocol vlog, your monthly vlog, because of you, our patrons, here at the Professional Casual Network, patreon.com/professional casual, of course. We're talking She-Hulk today. We're going to deep dive. I mean, a little deep dive, not crazy deep dive, but we're going to deep dive just a little bit, kind of break down. Now, I didn't want to just do a full card review. I just kind of wanted to pick some things out that we could discuss. But we're going to be talking about what we like, what we're concerned about, and will it change the meta as a whole? Also, what are you guys thinking about the model itself? Let's start there. Let's talk about the actual physical model itself.
It looks so good.
It looks stupid good. I actually really appreciate that they went with the muscular build version and not the overly sexualized like 90s version.
Yeah.
However, I am just very into this model at a very erotic level.
She has those Kevin James calves. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That is difficult to get without being Kevin James.
But it's a very classic, like kind of more of a classic style. 'Cause she has the like ankle high, like shoes.
Yeah, high tops.
Yeah, the high tops. I don't know why. And the color, kind of traditional color for her with the white and purple. I haven't decided what I'm going to do theme wise. I've been looking for stuff. She hasn't really changed her outfit all that much over the years.
No,
not too much.
I'm probably, because you just get a very 80s vibe from it, I might do like She-Angel and do the pink and blue like Archangel I did accidentally on Vision. I might do that same scheme, and then I'll hate the model because I can't, because I'll just always think of Archangel every time.
Fair.
I'm probably going to do mine, and what I mean by that is I'm probably going to have Charlie do mine as Red She-Hulk.
That makes sense.
She was a rad character, and I think
put a mustache on her and everything.
So I was heavily considering it. But when Red Hulk, Thaddeus.
Yeah,
I always want to say Thaddeus Venture, and that is not the correct. Thunderbolt Ross.
There you go.
Whoo! His run on X-Force. No, Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
When he had Ghost Rider and Punisher, Deadpool, and Venom.
Yeah.
Agent Venom.
He
had She-Hulk for a little while in that particular run. It was, Red She-Hulk, and she was red.
I don't know much about that character, but it'll look cool.
It's Betty Brant, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
I've been deep diving a little bit into She-Hulk stuff just to familiarize myself with the character.
Wait, is Betty Brant Ross's daughter?
You mean Betty Ross?
Yeah, that one. The other Betty.
Betty Brant. I just rolled with it, and I didn't think about it for a second.
Betty Brant was the secretary at the Daily Bugle.
That's why it sounds familiar.
Yeah. Spider-Man's actual first love interest.
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. There you go. You learn something new every day.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
I literally don't know.
Fine.
I mean, I don't know the old stuff. I was trying to read Daredevil Annual just so I could get like old from like the 60s. So I could get as much Stiltman content. And it was oof.
I think the reason I keep thinking Thunderbolt Ross's name is Thaddeus is obviously Thaddeus Venture from the Venture Brothers had a Red Hulk analog.
Yeah, they did.
That those scientists fixed my pee-pee cancer. He just shot him off into space and he turned into the Red Hulk and was wandering around with a flag as a loincloth. It was, oh my God, that show's so good.
Oh, it's so good. Who the hell throws a knife? Love that show.
I plan on doing mine just regular.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, so you're just going to go regular? I'm probably going to do, I haven't decided base-wise. Like, you know me, I don't like the streets just because everybody does the streets.
We do really cool bases.
Yeah, I try to go a little above and beyond. I just put all the Asgards together. And I tried to do like everybody was in hell because Hela coming up out of cracked rock and stuff. So I'm gonna try to do something similar to that. I hope, but we'll see. I don't know. But let's deep dive. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about A-Force right off the bat. A laundry list of characters. It's easier to tell you who's not on who is a female, not on this list. But we have She-Hulk as the leader. We have Black Widow, Captain Marvel, Okoye, Shuri, Valkyrie, Gamora, Wasp, Angela, Medusa, who's not out yet.
Yeah.
Black Widow, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I find it weird that they had to separate the two. Yeah. Because Black Widow's Black Widow.
They do have different, their name is different on the top of the card. So.
True. I guess that's the theory.
I like the completeness there.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. Crystal, who actually I don't know anything about. I know she's an Inhuman. I'm not very familiar with Inhumans.
I know a little bit.
They suck for the most part.
That's other than Lockjaw, and the only reason
Lockjaw's rad.
Lockjaw's the best.
Cool too.
I love Lockjaw because for whatever reason he has a dying oath with Bantha Ray Bill.
Yeah. Yes, that is his name.
Yep. And they just whenever he calls on Lockjaw just shows up and it's just like, woof woof, let's roll, buddy.
Everybody loves Lockjaw.
I love Lockjaw. He's so good.
It's a giant dog.
And Black Cat, who we also haven't had.
Yes.
I can't wait. We haven't seen Black Cat yet. We've seen Medusa and Crystal.
I have a feeling she's going to be much later in 2021, probably third or fourth quarter.
What are you thinking my assumption is she's a 2 threat. But
I feel like she should be.
She has to be
2 or 3.
My assumption will be she's going to be a 2 threat with a reasonably good, maybe a 3 range strike with a whip. Mm-hmm. And she'll be able to kind of be like Toad, and she can interact with tokens at range 2.
Yeah,
she has some kind of distracting ability too.
Yeah. Yep.
I think she's going to be.
I can see her counting as 2 while holding or securing objectives.
Yep.
I could see long movement almost guaranteed.
Yeah, long movement. She'll probably have stealth
and some type of either stealth or almost like a spider senses analog reroll for defenses for the luck power.
I'm pretty excited about it. I'm excited that there's going to be a new Spider-Man too.
Yeah. So very specifically, I was concerned at one point that her and Domino might not have enough to differentiate themselves.
Right. From what we've seen about Domino, I
assume they're both going to be long movement. They're both going to have some type of defensive reroll. They're both going to have some type of luck or objective securing ability. So I see them literally as Black Cat's probably going to be the 2 threat version of a 3 threat Domino.
Yeah, which I'm not mad about.
No,
and depending on when they start changing affiliations, could be super clutch because I'll take any 2 threats. The more 2 threats, the better.
Correct. I love the 2 threats.
Same.
They do a really good filling it up.
Well, and it is so when you just look at brass numbers and comparing a 2 threat to a 3 threat or a 4 threat, there is not a 4 threat that is twice as good as any 2 threat.
Yeah.
All of the strikes are 4 or 5 for anyone in that range. You have to be a 5 or a 6 threat effectively to get a 6 strength strike attack. So if you're talking about doubling the amount of movement and attacks and everything on the field, I go hordless in pretty much everything I do. I don't think there's any reason not to. It's difficult to justify 4 threat characters for me.
I'm kind of in. It's hard. They have to be good. Daredevil is my go-to 4. If I'm going to take anybody, it's going to probably be a Daredevil because he kind of fits everywhere.
Yep.
I mean, he's really good in Web Warriors now that he's a part of that affiliation.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, he's really good.
But he's kind of my go-to 4 if I need a spot filled because I can't justify Parker. I can't justify. Who's the other 4 I always want to take and I can't fit.
Well, and Parker as time
Green Goblin. I don't want to play Spider Foes because I can't justify that 4 threat.
Not yet. Not until we get Carnage and Mysterio to actually round it out and have some more options.
I'm super excited for Mysterio. I can't wait to see what they do with him. Really nice. Yeah.
I really hope he comes with hallucinations that work like Magneto's constructs.
Oh, that would be super
That's
cool.
what I want.
Oh, that would be super rad.
Yeah.
I would like that a lot.
They can hold objective, but if you get within a certain range of them.
But not hold or something like that.
Yeah. And and just something like they can like if you attack them, they immediately disappear. But you have to spend an action to attack them.
I love the idea of that construct thing, but you put tokens on the field, and at the start of his activation, he can be in any one of those places. Any one that could have been the real one or something like that. Yeah, I super love that too. Yeah. But let's talk about the affiliation ability for A-Force, since there's a laundry list of characters. Yeah.
When allied.
Printed on a CVS receipt, by the way. It's so long.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculously long. Pretty much everybody but like Nebula and then like any like evil female is not on that.
So and no Ghost Proxima.
And Ghost, I don't know why Ghost Spider isn't on it.
Really?
Yeah.
She's not, but I think
an alternate universe.
Well, I feel alternate universe, and also I believe A-Force was around before Spider-Gwen was a thing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because she's not that old of a character.
A-Force goes back longer than I thought it did.
Yeah.
It's been a while. It's been around a lot longer than I realized. But
because She-Hulk wasn't even a part of it until the last 20 years, and A-Force was around longer than that.
Really? So. I feel bad. I've never heard of A-Force until this. Like I've seen it when her card came out, we knew that A-Force was going to be a thing. Everybody was sharing a more recent cover.
Yep.
And I was like, well, it doesn't look that old, but I'd never heard of this one. It's weird to me.
It's one of those ones that it comes out. They never particularly last long.
Mm-hmm.
And then they break up the team and move on. Like all of the offshoots of Uncanny Avengers and stuff like that. Like it's there so for a little bit, and then
Uncanny
you know what I mean?
Avengers
It's not one of the main titles.
Yeah.
So
I like the idea though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. The affiliation ability, of course, is Defenders of Arcadia. When an allied character is damaged by an enemy effect, another allied character may gain 1 energy. A character may not gain more than 1 energy from this leadership ability per turn. Brutal.
Good.
That makes it way better than
Real
I realized.
good.
I thought it was
good.
I thought it was per round.
Mm-hmm.
Even that would be pretty good.
Yeah.
But
this is
only per turn.
This is terrifying.
Yes.
Because it's as you and I had found out at that 14th threat, Magneto just being able to put energy on people juices them up. But you have to blow up terrain to do it, right?
Right.
That was so that's a little harder.
Yeah.
This is, I don't want to attack you because I don't want to give energy to anybody else.
Yeah, like you almost want to front load things. You're spending all of your power to do all the damage you can in one attack versus having to go with rapid fire versus having to go with 2 attacks. At least bleed doesn't do it.
I mean, yeah.
That 1 damage from bleed that almost never actually does anything. Except for the one time it does and dazes somebody.
Yeah.
The first time I heard this power, I was like, wow, that is strong. It's not like game breaking, but it is certainly a powerful affiliation.
I feel it certainly could be. The fact that pretty much every time your opponent goes, you are putting an energy on the person you need energy on.
Yeah.
That person that
free energy
that has that 3 power steroid to add more dice to their attack, or has that big brutal, 7 power draining mega doom blazer. They're gonna be doing it every turn.
I'm absolutely terrified as Cyclops.
Yeah.
Just being able to give him that 1 more energy he needs. Green Goblin. Yep. Now, like you can most likely give him the 1 energy that he needs.
You're going to be guaranteeing your throws every turn.
Yeah.
And it's just great on She-Hulk herself because she gets 2 energy a turn, 2 power a turn. Yep. And a lot of her power, she's got 2 different superpowers that are 3 energy. So once somebody else gets hit, she's got enough for that every turn.
And look at the A-Force list. I mean, and this is also super important to point out here. It says allied character.
Yeah.
So it's anybody on your team. It's not like, I think that makes it
even better.
Almost broken.
It's
not
pretty rare for an affiliation to not include allied characters.
I can't
Tactics
think of any
cards
at the top of my
certainly
head.
do.
Right. But I was wondering if they were really going to try to keep this as fluff as possible, and that like A-Force is really all women. Like there never was a dude on the team from what I could figure out. So the idea of like making it limited to just affiliated A-Force characters get the energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like which would kind of make balance it a little bit more. I think this is super strong and super terrifying.
Yeah. So I do feel this particular affiliation is incredibly strong, but I prefer that when they make an affiliation that includes everyone on your team. If you're playing that affiliation, everyone should benefit.
I agree, and that I do agree with.
I do like the balancing scale of sometimes excluding characters from tactics cards.
Mm-hmm. Because otherwise Wakanda Forever would be stupid broken.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the other one? The Web Warriors said web them up or
all webbed up.
All webbed up.
If everybody could use that, oh my god, that would be everybody would play Web Warriors. You know what I mean? Like, but we're looking at like people like Shuri and Okoye. Like Shuri has like a 1 energy thing that she can do. Okoye, it makes her bodyguard just all that much better now. Which, arguably Okoye is the best 2-point character in the game. That's the argument.
She's lower for me for 2 threat characters. But I love Nebula.
Oh, and Nebula is great.
Which is weird because I love Nebula.
Yeah.
I think I actually like Nebula, but I like to play offensive more than I like to play defensive most times. So I just haven't figured out how Okoye totally works yet. The times I've used her, I'm like, okay, I get it. Like I totally get it.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. A lot of people are like, well, she's the best too because she has bodyguard and she, her spear's really good and stuff. I agree. And she has martial artist or martial prowess, whatever it is, that allows her to count blanks or something. So, she's a durable too. I agree. I like Nebula better.
Yeah.
Because Nebula's a meat grinder. But the theory is Nebula can't hold or
correct. Yeah, she's a trade-off for that power.
Right.
But she auto repairs, she re-rolls, you know what I mean?
I tried to put buff and boost together and I got boofs.
Yeah.
The boosts that she gets when she's attacking somebody that is holding or contesting an objective is just like, she hits so hard.
She will just cap anybody pretty much.
Yeah.
And in one activation, she can take down pretty much anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's disgusting.
Except She-Hulk.
Except She-Hulk. Yeah. Hulk and She-Hulk are her 2 worst enemies. Like Wasp, essentially you can give her a free shape change now, which is super dope.
You're looking at the list. I feel like they're not a lot of power hungry characters.
Angela's like we don't have her yet.
Yeah.
But I've looked at her cards. She's kind of like Rainbow Road or whatever it is. Ability that she can do, or she has an ability where she can.
That's the one that allows her to not fall off the track in Rainbow Road.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, man, that's broken.
Yeah, super broken.
Yeah. She has an ability where she can move somebody. She has an ability where she can, I think, move somebody.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So giving her 1 extra energy for it because she's pretty power hungry at a 5 threat. But then again, at 8, when you're playing A-Force, if you're taking She-Hulk and you're taking Angela, that's 11 points there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oof.
Pretty terrifying. Let's dive in the character a little bit. So we're looking at right off the bat, 20 health.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Stats.
With solid defenses.
Yeah, good defense. Not Hulk defenses, but good defenses.
3, 4, 3, that energy defense.
That is stupid. They all need to be 1 lower. Very legitimately.
I mean, that's how they balanced Hulk at 20.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, she, like, just that being the same, being threat 6, same as Hulk. And we'll get to a second. But yeah, her defenses are, the Hulk's 2-2-2.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, sorry, 2-2-3.
But, and I think the biggest differentiator here is Hulk does want damage on him.
And Hulk obviously came out before Incinerate was in play.
Right.
Incinerate to Hulk. Oh my God.
It's done. And I'm surprised they haven't made him immune to Incinerate. Like they haven't done a FAQ on that. Because if you just make him immune to Incinerate, he's already...
He catches on fire all the time.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't... I don't know.
I think he should be immune to a lot more than just poison, because he should be immune to, like, stun and stagger.
I agree.
But...
I mean, those are also the stagger, maybe.
Definitely stuns.
No, I disagree on stun, because stun is one of the main things that you have to put on Hulk.
I mean, I guess for balancing purposes, it makes sense. I'm just thinking fluff wise, like if you hit the Hulk doesn't get stunned.
Make him immune to poison.
He is immune to poison.
Oh, that's the one he is immune to?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
the one immunity he has.
Yeah.
That didn't even appear in the game for months. I think it was Proxima was the first one with poison.
She was.
Yeah.
Which I was shocked. I thought it was
Proxima's a lot better than I feel people give credit for either.
She's so good.
A great status hound.
Everybody takes her with Corvus because that's the best combination.
Yeah.
She's a great standalone.
I think she's the best standalone of the Black Order.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But we're looking at 3 height, which I think is kind of brutal here. Like she's a size 3, which means she's not going to get thrown by most throws unless you got pushed. Or unless you got a big boy in there to do it for you, or maw for whatever reason. Yeah, if you want to waste the energy on it.
Medium movement, which is great,
terrifying. Absolutely,
but no movement power.
Her gamma transformation, right? If she takes damage, she advances.
Yeah, she has the aggressive passive effectively.
She advances short there, but still
advances short towards the character attacking her. So you have to be selective about it.
But she's also on a medium base, so
right.
But she's a great candidate for all you've got.
Turn 1, all you got.
Round 1, all you got.
And still win.
Still be less points spent on that than that Thanos though.
Sensational uppercut. It's a 7 strike. It's range 2.
Gosh.
7
strike. Best strike in the game.
She gets energy from the damage she's dealt. And the thing that I absolutely love the most, the attack, after the attack is resolved, the target just gains slow. You don't have to do any damage.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope.
You just get slow. I am going to run her in Web Warriors every chance I have.
Yeah. And you're going to have the points.
I mean, yeah, because for the most, I absolutely would drop Venom in a heartbeat, who's a 4.
Yep.
And I would probably drop Daredevil at a 4.
You would drop Daredevil?
Yeah, to bring her? Yeah, man.
So my first thought for her, and it was more based off of the defense rest, I do think she is a great addition to Web Warriors.
Yeah.
Especially with all webbed up. If you've gotten 2 or 3 people slowed automatically, then you start throwing around the defense rest every turn, staggering literally everyone that you're attacking.
Stagger's so brutal.
Yeah.
It's only ever happened to me
especially
once,
with an
but
affiliation.
I hated it.
Granted, you wouldn't be able to mix Web Warriors and her with this, but if you're going to make sure that she has the power every turn to be double defense resting, staggering 2 different characters a turn, because it has a 3 range versus a 2 range for a melee attack with 9 dice.
Because
stupid.
I mean, if you try to just kind of crunch the math right away, she's getting 2 energy right off the bat. You can hypothetically give her an extra energy.
Yep.
If somebody else takes a damage,
3.
So you're looking at 3 a turn
every round.
You've already just closed the gap to that 5.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And she just needs to do two damage.
I mean, I don't know how she's going to get energy otherwise. She only has a free 7 strength attack
right.
Yeah.
And she doesn't give a shit about taking damage for a while with 20 health.
Correct.
Right.
She'll be like, yeah, I'll take it.
Right. And you never have to worry about her being dazed and losing an activation.
So that's both a pro and a con here.
Yeah.
Because similar to the Hulk, the way you take down a character like this is with statuses.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So she is either going to constantly be stunned.
She is immune to poison, though.
She is immune to poison.
So good.
It is good against her because poison is honestly relatively easy to apply. The characters that have it, it's normally automatic.
Yeah.
And taking down her ability to generate power is one of the ways you have to.
Yeah. Hey,
it can be a big deal.
You are going to see a lot, I think, counter meta. You're going to see a lot of people bringing things that can cause stun. Keeping her from only getting 1 energy from something is a big deal.
Yep.
If you can shut it off.
And poison is really good, would be really good against both her and standard edition Hulk.
Yeah.
Because they are not worth shaking.
Same.
Yep.
But it's going to, it's a slow power creep. It's a drag.
Yeah.
Anything you can add as a drag on one of these characters is great. Shock. Not necessarily worth shaking, spending an action to get rid of, but
can pay off if your opponent remembers it.
If it's bullseye, you know what I mean? Like you just took him from a 4 to a 3 and he's already garbage, as everyone says. So, but yeah, defense rest, you get slow and stun. And if you already have slow, you get stagger. And it's range 3. I think that even makes it more brutal. It's 9 dice. And then let's get into her powers really quick. We have clear the court. She gets a size 4 throw.
Throws a medium though, which is pretty brutal.
It's terrain or enemy characters, which is sweet.
Which means we're throwing, Big Boss Kingpin. We're throwing MODOK. We're throwing Thanos.
You're throwing Black Dwarf into Doc Ock.
over and over again.
And over.
So
and
now,
over again.
on the flip side of that, she is also a great battlegram to be throwing at the other people on the A
Oh
Force.
yeah, absolutely.
for
where there's
sure.
not a lot of powerhouses.
Yep.
Valkyrie and Angela are, and Gamora.
Gamora, yeah.
Mhm.
And Gamora, honestly, I should be playing her a lot more. She's a lot better than I gave her credit for
She
initially.
can be solid.
She's-
Long move.
She's good in the right
Yeah.
places.
Yes.
When you-
Kind of like Sabretooth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In all honesty, yeah, pretty much. She's
I
kind
love
of the-
Sabretooth. I think Sabretooth is a great character.
Just
Mhm.
without
I
the
like him a lot
She
better
have a
than
healing.
Wolverine.
She doesn't have a healing factor.
No.
She has something that just makes her better defense or something.
Yeah, she has the like.
She's the martial arts or whatever it
Martial
is.
prowess.
She has like a better. She has like some. I forget exactly.
It's
what
the
it
one
is.
where you can roll 5 dice instead of your defense, and if you don't
Right.
take any damage, the opponent takes 2.
Oh, okay.
So kind of a counter.
All right.
She has something else that's like the best, deadliest woman in the galaxy. When this character makes an attack, it may change one die result to a hit for each wild in the attack roll.
It's really good,
It is really good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
best
she
there
also
is at
has
what she
martial
does.
prowess.
right? Is what that's rules called.
Deadliest woman in the galaxy.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, it's not. Get out of here with that shit.
But yeah, so we have the really good throw. It's a 3 energy. Like, and this is what I like. Energy 3. Superior weight training is also 3.
Super good.
But I mean, come on. She spends 3, and then during her next attack made by this character, add dice equal to the size of the target.
So good.
Oh my god.
She wants to go against the big boys.
She wants to be up in MODOK's fat face.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you imagine her punching MODOK?
Stupid face.
And you can add that to the defense rest so she can get like 12, 13 dice.
Yeah.
That's dumb. We don't have that many dice.
It's
Actually,
so
I do,
good.
but it's still crazy.
It's so good. It's so ridiculous. There's no reason. She is going to make Thanos look like a little bitch for like one turn. And the thing is, like, you want to run Thanos up there to try to offset it and call, bring somebody with him. I don't know who, but so they can death decree. I guess Corvus.
Yeah.
Corvus is going to be the meat grinder.
You're bringing Hawkeye or Star-Lord to load her up with status effects.
Yep.
Yeah.
Honestly, putting a slow on her, you need it all.
Yeah.
You need to get shock on there. You need to get bleed. You need to get slow. You need to get stun.
And then stay the hell away from her.
Yep.
Yeah, she's really going to take all the attention of the opposing team.
Which is
She's
terrifying
disgusting.
because then everybody else on this team is marginally fast.
Mhm.
Glass cannon, sure, but some of them pack a punch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like you've got people like Wasp, like Shuri, who with the long move, like Valkyrie,
That
who will
charge.
sneak up, charge, and then throw you like a little simp bitch that you are.
Yeah.
Like
Valkyrie's shockingly good.
there is an argument. Shout out to Omnis Protocol. He argues that she's the best 3 character in the game.
I mean,
I don't know. Bullseye's at 3 though.
How dare you?
I don't think anybody likes Bullseye as much as you. I didn't hate him the last time I used him, but I was definitely a little disappointed. Kind of wish I had somebody else, but he wasn't that bad.
I just love the character of Bullseye so
Same.
much.
He's a good character.
I
Most
just-
of it for me.
It's kind of he's Winter Soldier to me. You know what I mean? Like I just love the character and I like how I painted him. I want to use him, but he's garbage. I'm aware.
So my number one stat that I prioritize when picking characters is bad luck protection.
Mhm.
And Bullseye has bad luck protection.
Yeah,
when I roll
literally.
6 skulls, I can spend a point to make sure damage gets through.
Yeah. I mean, that power can be super important.
Yeah.
How often do I get your characters down to 1 health left?
Yep.
And then Bullseye could just be like, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, I think.
And he has
more
hit and
often-
run. I love hit and run.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the times people look at Bullseye and think he can't do all the things I want him to do.
Correct.
So
Because he's 3 threat.
right, because he's 3 threat. He has one very specific ability. It is to take out the guy that you need taken out because he's got 1 stupid damage left. You know what I mean? Like that's what he's there.
And he has
to do.
multiple ways to do it. He has an automatic bleed application.
Yep.
He can hit and run.
Mhm.
So Bullseye should be, when used correctly, Bullseye should be applying bleed,
Yep.
doing chip damage,
Yep.
and then moving and scoring objectives.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's really not that bad. He's
No.
just,
No.
he's not a powerhouse. I don't know why people want him to be or expect
Right.
him to be a powerhouse, but
If you use him correctly and you're maneuvering him, he's really good. It just is hard when he's the only affiliation he's a part of is Crime Syndicate, and there's other 3s that do everything better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty true.
So-
But
he's so
a
squishy too.
He's a 3-threat character that when someone does close melee with him,
Yeah.
he
He's
can
done.
pin cushion and hit and run and have 2 moves and 2 attacks in 1 turn effectively.
Fair.
So
But he's got like 3 for defenses and like 5 stamina.
Threes across the board for defenses, I think is good.
Or just he has no defensive abilities at all. So like if he gets hit, he's going down. That's a web
warrior.
No, he has he has the thing where if you attack him, he can then move afterwards.
Yeah, parting shot.
After he gets hit.
Yeah. I mean, he just needs one life. But
you're getting outside of range too. You know what I mean? You're not taking 2 Hulk fists.
That's fair. Yeah.
But She-Hulk also has legal defense, so now she can bodyguard for 2.
Honestly, very
Huge.
legitimately is one of the things that almost pushes her over the edge for me.
Yeah,
it's 2 things. It's the defenses and it's the bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is the one thing that I feel like would put Hulk over the edge is the way you play against Hulk is, am I going to nuke him? Mm-hmm. Or am I going to ignore him completely?
Mm-hmm. And only options.
Nuking him becomes more and more viable as more characters get the ability to apply Incinerate.
Yeah.
Which is his bane.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah.
Incinerate doesn't help you as much in this particular situation. I don't think you nuke her. So I think the play is to ignore her, and she has an ability and more than enough ways to get the power to be able to constantly be using it to bodyguard your actual threats.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's also, she's not as much of a threat to nickel and dime her health down like Hulk. Like, you don't want Hulk at like 15 damage on him.
Right.
He's going to murder everybody in one hit. With She-Hulk, that's not as big of a deal because she doesn't get powered up from the damage. So if you take out 4 here, 3 there, it's not as hurtful to you.
I'm more terrified of nickel and diming her, and here's why. Number 1, when you're nickel and diming her, she's giving someone else on her team power.
Yeah.
She's then also aggressive and moving towards you.
True.
So
that 20 health is such a sticking point. Like you said, do you ignore or do you just try to take her down as quickly as possible?
And I don't think you can, because if she's bodyguarding the people you actually want to take out, she's getting in there and she's most likely defending it all. Like, she is only taking chip damage, especially, in one of these situations, you don't want to be right next to her. So you are using range, which has a priority usually to be energy. Mm-hmm. So she's difficult to get damage on. She's not going to be taking a bunch. And then she's moving towards you for free and she's getting in your face. And when she's in your face and powered up, because there's no way she's not going to be, because she's taking everyone else's damage, and then adding more power for that. And then she's defense resting you and you're done.
Oof.
Yeah. Good luck getting away.
Defense rest
when you're staggered and slowed.
And you just took 8 damage.
And then to make you feel even worse, then Wasp is going to be the one to come finish you off. You know what I mean?
Like tiny Wasp too.
Just tiny Wasp just sting you.
So get ready for Bullseye to be the MVP of every She-Hulk team, just being able to pick off whoever she doesn't completely annihilate.
I love that idea so much. You got to play that list now.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about tactics cards.
Working off community service. That's why he's on the team.
A-Force with Bullseye. Yes, please.
We're gonna run it. It's about to happen. So let's talk about the affiliate, the tactics cards.
Also good.
So good. We have A-Force Assemble, which I thought was going to be like Avengers Assemble, which would have been also fucking terrifying.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's not. And I actually like it a lot better. When an A-Force character may spend 3 energy to play this card, when the affiliated character, which I think is interesting. Oh, never mind. It doesn't matter.
When an allied character.
Is it allied?
Yeah.
Okay, allied character.
These low res pictures.
Is defending against an attack. Add 1 die for every A-Force character that's within range 2. So if you keep people together, even 2,
plus 2 defense dice is huge.
Yeah, Incinerate's not going to matter anymore. Mm-hmm. And like, I get it. I totally get it. It's a 1-shot use card.
Yeah.
But for no, it's just 1 character. But like, if this is going to keep She-Hulk from flipping, you know what I mean? Like, if she's sitting at 17 damage on her, you got 3 through, and she's incinerated, and you've got fucking Wasp and Okoye sitting there, and Okoye can't necessarily bodyguard right now, and then you got somebody else, 3 extra dice. Oh my God.
It's a niche card. I probably wouldn't run it personally, because you got to clump your guys up. And I feel like there's there's so much stuff out there now that it is not a good idea to have your characters clumped.
Right.
Venom.
Even Venom. Even
Vision.
1 character. Right. With so many beams out there now and area effects, like Daredevil doing Devil's Deliverance or whatever it is.
Oof.
Terrifying.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have just a lot because there's Vision, there's Loki, there's Hulk, there's who's one of the new Ghost Rider has a beam, right?
He has an area effect, I think. He has something.
Yeah. But we're getting more beams and area of effects. So
oh my god, Cyclops, like the concussion beam, that could be bad. That could be a bad time. Yeah.
I think it's one of those cards that it's not going to work every game, but when it does, it'll save your ass.
Great on Gamma.
I would take it. I would take it in the 8. I would take it in when I'm building my roster. I'd put it in my 8 and then figure out if I need it for the 5.
Oh yeah, Gamma Shelters would be great for because they're going to be clumped up.
Yep. And maybe you just force Gamma Shelters every time you play.
Maybe we should actually play that scenario someday.
Yeah.
Listen, nobody wants to see it ever. Okay.
That's why we have to do it.
Next card, Agents of Smash. This is a card that I don't think we'll ever see.
Tim will use this card for sure.
Well, so
I don't know what this one does.
If Hulk and She-Hulk are within range 2 of the same interactive terrain, size 5 or less, they may spend 3 energy each to play this card. Choose Hulk or She-Hulk to throw the terrain long. There is a very specific scenario where this works.
Yeah, this is definitely my least favorite
at all
of these
because
cards.
You guys make everything above 4
Well, I think normally nobody can move terrain size 5 anyway.
Magneto can.
Can he?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so if Magneto's playing, we could make it not make it interactive.
Well,
I think somebody has this card, you would make the size 5 or whatever interactive, but normally it's not an issue anyway.
Yeah.
But this is probably my least favorite of these cards, but when it works, it's going to hurt so bad.
I love it.
So
I love it.
You're going to build, so you're going to play
6 damage, auto.
But you have to have Hulk and She-Hulk and 3 power each.
I mean,
it's there.
They just wake up.
So
and they have 3 power.
Fair.
This is what we figured out. You're going to bring Doctor Strange. You're going to play Defenders. You're going to put Hulk and She-Hulk. That's the team.
That's the
now,
team.
There's a very specific setup for this card, but when you do it, it's going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 6 damage.
You put She-Hulk. You buy the construction site set. You get that Fisk building that is a size 4. You put it lengthwise between you and your opponent. You run She-Hulk to the front of it, Hulk to the back of it, and you chuck that fucker just out.
So they don't have to be close to each other.
They just have to be within range 2 of the same terrain piece.
Oh, I like that a lot.
So they don't have to be near each other because the idea is they're both picking up and throwing it.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I love the idea that she's just there. Hulk throws it up in the air and she catches it and just launches it long.
She spikes it like a volleyball.
Long. Like you could
the fact that it's a throw long is huge.
It's expensive. I get it. Nobody's going to take this card.
I don't take the Magneto one.
Nobody.
Because it's too expensive.
Right.
I'm not going to use it.
Nobody's running Hulk and She-Hulk together at 12 threat, right? Like, although I kind of like Hulk and A-Force.
I mean, I would try it just for shits and giggles. I think, why not?
So you could do that for 14 points, couldn't you? Hulk is 5 or 6?
He's 6.
Yeah, they're both 6. Silly. 14 threat. Hulk, She-Hulk.
Wong.
No, because he's not part of the A-Force, but Black Widow.
Oh, okay. Black Widow to make it A-Force. That makes sense.
I mean, there's
Okoye. I mean, I would take Okoye over. I mean, I know you guys like your long movement. I like Okoye for the bodyguard a lot better, but and she's a bit more hard hitty. But I know you guys like your long move with stealth.
Yeah.
We only have 3 characters, and even one that's not going to get hit all the time.
We look at any one of the streams that we've had, and advantage is decided very early over who gets those first couple of objectives.
Oh, the last time when the viewer made my list for me, there were no long move characters in it. I was like, I don't know if I like this because there's no long move, and I actually won a game with that team. So you don't have to have long move,
right?
But it can be a huge boon for sure.
I like the idea. I just like this idea. I like this card. I want to use it.
I want to see it happen
in a funsies game.
Right.
Like where it's Christmas and I'm just going to bring a stupid list. Here's Strange, Hulk, and She-Hulk, and I'm going to throw a building at you. Like, and then Tim just strategically outplays me the entire time. And it's like, this isn't fun anymore.
But I threw a building at you.
So I got to do what I wanted to do.
Yeah. And then I'm using Bullseye to do chip damage to Ghost Rider. So I can guarantee that he won't have enough power to resurrect when I do take him down.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
And then he doesn't have the card anyway.
Right. So it's very niche. I see fun, fluffy players playing this. This is obviously not a game. This is not a card you're going to bring to a tournament.
Right.
I don't think so.
No. Unless you are that guy who's just showing up.
You have that list made.
Yeah.
That's either A-Force or Defenders around this card.
Yep.
That one turn, She-Hulk or Hulk gets this extra attack, and they're just gonna
and you're just right off the bat. You're like, what's the size 5 building? I need to get to it.
Yeah.
Like,
wait for them to include like a magma or someone that can spend 1 power per size level to generate terrain on the field.
I honestly think the first character we see that can generate terrain pieces will be Iceman.
I mean, Magneto can already.
The construct, sure, but I think like actual terrain pieces, like
I'd be okay with that. That sounds super cool.
like an ice wall. And then you place the ice wall within range 3 of him, and it's there till the end of the turn.
Please.
Yeah.
Or to end of the round, I mean.
That sounds awesome.
I mean? And if you're within, you get cover from it.
I could see that, and not specifically till the end of the round, but any damage destroys any collision.
Right.
Something like that I think would be super cool.
It counts as being
size, no.
I guess count as being size 1, but it gives you like the cover of, ability or whatever. And if it's produced, maybe it does an area effect when it hits. You know what I mean? Like kind of thing.
I like the sound of this.
I've been sitting on like, how could they do Iceman and make him unique?
Mm-hmm.
And then he would just dish out slow.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's what it is. Maybe it doesn't do damage.
Or stun.
Yeah. Or maybe it's a situation where he drops the terrain piece. You get slow. If you already have slow, you get staggered.
Oh, it's like the old X-Men arcade game where he made that giant ice ball fall down on people.
The avalanche. Yes.
Yeah. And just go dunk.
But let's talk about the most important card that comes in this
I'm
set.
already mad about this. Like super mad.
I remember in the group chat.
Delivery.
Boop, boop, boop.
This is so stupid.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
It's the best thing to ever happen.
The thing is, it's an A-Force only card, and it's going to be in every single A-Force list because it's amazing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're always going to take it, and you're always going to take Wasp, shrink her turn 1, move She-Hulk long or whatever, because she gets to that long move. It does not specify that the carrier has to be a certain size.
Just that they have flight.
Just that they have flight, which makes absolutely no sense. Why Mini Wasp would be able to carry She-Hulk, but comic logic.
Strong.
Shout out to George and Arrow. Comic logic. When an A-Force character with flight begins a movement within range 2 of an allied She-Hulk during this activation, they may spend 1 each. I think that also is gross. Like it is literally the old drop off. It should have been 2. I think would have made this card a lot more not auto taking.
Yep.
And she gets to end within range 1 of wherever the person who flew her stopped, and then she immediately gets to make an attack. That
one of her attacks. It's not even that she has to do an uppercut. She could then do
cost 0.
It has to be a cost.
Oh, cost of 0. Never mind.
Yeah.
So then
if she could then do like whatever justice thing, that's
the defense rests.
Yeah. That's
but still dropped off and do sensational uppercut.
Still a 7 strength
dice.
attack.
Yeah.
Oof.
I mean, if you're gonna sit her back and wait for your opponents to come up, that turn 1 is gonna get real dirty.
Yeah, that card is gross.
So to me personally, that's a first activation of round 2 card.
Yeah.
But you're decimating somebody with it.
Yep, pretty much. And then
worth it.
Was it Stalwart Determination? During the power phase, any number of allied A-Force characters may spend 1 energy to play this card. Characters that spend energy cannot be pushed or thrown by enemy effects this round.
Yeah, solid card.
Not that game breaking, but really good.
Auto include 2nd or 3rd round.
If you're third or 4th round, where you're sitting on objectives and you got I don't know characters, because Tim just takes everything that can throw or push somebody. I need to sit on these. I need to hold these objectives for a turn.
It's really uninterruptible plans is what that turns into.
Super good.
Yep.
Anytime you can negate your opponent being able to move your pieces is huge in this game.
Yeah.
Such a good card.
And more importantly, it's during the power phase. So you can get all of your power, your 1 turn power, play this card. They can all spend their 1 energy.
My only problem with that is that means I'm going to forget that card.
Oh, wait,
time.
I meant to use this tactics card during the power phase.
The X-Men one too, that you use, I think it's during the power phase or at the start of the round, that you don't have to pay to interact with objectives. I used that one game and I kept forgetting to actually use it because I kept thinking I use it when I would interact, and then it was too late technically. This card is amazing, especially that only costs 1 for each character that activates it. 1.
Yep.
So good.
You will never not be able to use that card. Unless you put poison on Wasp.
Yeah, I guess.
Because it happens during the power phase, you will always have the power to use it.
Yep. Yeah, that's 100% auto include. I think special delivery is pretty much an auto include unless you just want to give your opponent a break from it. A-Force Assemble is not bad either, but Agents of Smash will be like, you use it once ever.
Yeah. Or you build a list specifically to try to pull it off.
Right. And then you do it once, you're like, all right, that was kind of fun, even though I got my ass kicked in the game because I built my list around this one card that's not that great.
Right, but you one-shot Shuri with a Walmart.
Worth it.
Yeah. I like special delivery. I think if I'm building my 8 cards, I'm taking special delivery. I'm taking determination every time. I mean, just to piss people off, probably taking med pack. Probably taking Doom Prophecy. I mean, I like Doom Prophecy. I don't know if I like Doom Prophecy here on She-Hulk, but like, look at the roster.
That's mean, though.
Come
You're
on.
talking about, and especially with superior weight training, of 15 dice defense rests.
I'm just saying.
Can you remind me of Doom Prophecy? That one works.
You stack your physical defense to add it to your physical attacks.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. So 3 more dice. Why not?
Yeah.
Right.
It's so good. It's so good. But like, look at that affiliate. I think Captain Marvel is going to become a huge player now.
Yeah.
She's got, like, if you don't want to bring
It'd be
Wasp,
nice to actually see her on the table.
Yeah. Like, I know she is very niche in certain areas. She's a great 3 with a ton of energy.
Except she's 4.
Yeah, so she's 4.
Oh, she's 4?
Yeah,
she's 3.
That's one reason why we never see her, because she doesn't do anything that special for a 4.
So I like her a lot, and I've considered using her more often because she has stagger.
Oh, that's where Stagger is in the beginning, in the early stuff. Yeah, there's been a couple of times I thought about putting the list, and then I was like, no, I took somebody else. I remember
when I was building the list that I'm playing against you here in the next episode that we do, I had her in there for the stagger because it was an energy attack stagger.
Yeah. Binary, right? Is the
binary form can be good. Yeah,
binary form is.
I mean, everybody, I don't know. I don't have the character. I don't think I have. I do. I just haven't put her together. I have the card someplace, but like, I don't know. I look at her and go, meh, she's all right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not in love with her.
I feel like she's one that she doesn't do anything crazy flashy, but she's probably solid. I just haven't used her in months.
The fact that, I mean, she has a strength 4 energy projection attack, but you can re-roll any amount of dice in it.
That makes it way better.
Super solid. Yeah. But it's strength 4 and she's 4 threat.
Right.
Which, on a 3 threat, sure.
Yeah, I would. Do you take her over Gamora? I mean, she has flight, so in a pinch, you can use her for special delivery.
If she does end up getting power, if you are playing against, say, Wakanda, that has a lot of energy attacks, or the X-Men, also a lot of energy attacks.
Oh my God.
If you can get her powered up so you can actually be using binary form, or you're playing her now in A-Force, I do think that she's going to be significantly more powerful or significantly more played, because getting that 5 energy to use binary form is tough.
Costs 5?
It costs 5, but it's 2 extra attack and defense dice for the round.
Yeah, it's huge. But
5 is...
but then you're not doing her other special attacks.
Right.
Granted, I think since she has come out, or I mean, she was in the original box. So as other kits have come out, there are things out there where you can give her extra energy. Advanced R&D is really good. I think her teamed up with Shuri is really good. Right. So like little things like that. I think she's gotten a lot better, but I think she got overplayed and people got tired of her. It was pretty much the extent of it. And again, she's a 4 threat. It's hard to justify 4 threats when you can't do everything with it.
Right.
So, also, like, what, Avengers is the only thing she's affiliated with
currently.
Except for this,
until A-Force.
I think she's going to be really good here. At 4. I forgot Angela. I think has flight.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. She's on the same size base as She-Hulk.
Yep.
But once again, with A-Force, maybe we won't see her as much as I'm thinking, because she is 4 threat. So that's 10 out of the gate.
Angela's 5.
I'm talking
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Yeah, I mean, sure, absolutely. You know, I mean, if you're going to hoard it up, I mean, I guess you have to push what you got to push shelters maybe then or something.
Yeah,
you got to push something that's going to make demons downtown. Actually, I kind of like. No, I think they're the same. I think they're both
hammers.
Hammers is
Hammers
terrifying.
are really spread out.
It is, but you're going to have some
run with
extra movement. You're special delivering her in.
Well, I mean, She-Hulk getting a hammer is terrifying.
Right.
Yeah, 8 dice,
Angela getting a
0
hammer is
strike.
terrifying.
I just like the idea that A-Force is going to breathe new life into characters like Captain Marvel and
I think Gamora. I think Gamora is going to be a
as
sleeper.
well.
Yeah,
She'll be
I
really
know she's a
good
fourth threat, and it's hard to justify her, but I think giving
give her rocket boots. She gets special delivery.
She's long. Gamora's a long movement, yeah.
Oh shit!
Okay. She's one of the better 4-pointers, I think, because of things like that. She's got 4.
She doesn't have a lot of abilities. Her card is very short,
right?
But what she does well, I think.
Okay, all right.
Because she's got that.
She's considered one of the better at what it is that she does.
Doesn't she have an ability like Valkyrie? Her second attack is
a rapid fire.
Is where she can then do a strike afterwards, kind of thing. So she can hit really hard.
Gross.
Because what she does isn't very nice.
Right.
But I mean, I'm in love with She-Hulk.
Yeah. And it has Pierce, that cosmic assassin power.
Oh, that's right.
Pierce is so good.
Yeah.
It has Pierce and rapid strike.
Stupid MODOK.
But
similar to MODOK, it has to target a different character.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I do not like. I hate those.
Yeah. Because if there's nobody around, you're screwed.
Pile on one character.
Yep. That's why I don't like. I like Deadly Duo, but I'm not in love with Deadly Duo with Rocket. Because I found out, I was like, oh shit.
Wasp at least it's range 5 versus a melee attack.
Yeah, but if you're shooting Wasp at past range 3, then what's the point? You know what I mean?
Actually, you know what? So Cosmic Assassin, it is a range 3 attack. And the additional target has to be within range 2 of the target character. The distance from the attacking character does not matter. So that's actually kind of rad, now that I think about it, because that could be up to effectively almost range 5 away.
Trying to bring up her card so I can read it, because as you say it, I can't piece it together in my head for some reason.
Yeah. So it's a range 3 attack, and the additional attack that comes off the rapid strike must target another character within range 2 of the original target character.
Right. Yeah.
Any distance from this character.
So you can attack, like you were saying, you're just saying up to range 5 away potentially. Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
I don't think it's 1-for-1. I don't think a range 2 plus a range 3 indicator turn into a range 5, but I think it's close.
Yeah, it's very close.
But I kind of really like the idea of Angela doing the drop off instead. Because I think that she's a medium move, but she's on a huge base and it's within range 1 of her already gigantic base. You know what I mean? You can cover a lot of area and then you have 2 absolutely terrifying characters in front of you.
Yeah.
Who do you choose? You know what I mean? It's you need to get rid of Angela because she's easier. She's also, I think, a bit more of a meat grinder, if I remember correctly.
Probably. I'm not familiar with. I haven't really.
I've only looked at the card once. I've seen a couple battle reports for the people who got her early and stuff.
Yeah, I read it when it first was leaked.
Yeah,
but
and it's not an MCP database, which is odd.
I'm trying to bring it up now.
If it's been spoiled that long.
Well, the MCP database, is that ran by Atomic Mass?
No.
Oh, okay. No.
They'll get shut down probably if they release stuff that's not officially out.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's by across the Bifrost.
Oh, shout out to those guys. They're good shit.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah. So She-Hulk. I mean, I think we're gonna see her a lot on the channel.
Real strong.
Yep. I think we're gonna see her a lot on the channel. We're gonna play with her a lot.
She's undercosted. I feel.
I think she should be 7 threat.
I feel she could either. I don't feel that that's the fix for her. I feel dropping the defenses down is the fix for her.
But she just has too much going on for 6.
She needs to be really 2-3-2.
She's I continually notice characters that we think are not, that people are just kind of oh, I'm not going to buy She-Hulk. They make really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like Zemo. Everybody's like, why are they putting Zemo in that service? And Zemo is the standout character. Yeah. You know what I mean? What was the other character?
There were no other.
MODOK.
Yeah.
MODOK. Everybody's like, who the fuck's MODOK? Why would we want to take MODOK?
Were there any other characters with charge in the core set?
The core set, no.
Doesn't Crossbones have that?
No. Crossbones actually doesn't have all that much. He has
he does.
The damage steroid.
He can move within. He has the range 3 and then puts himself within range 1.
Right. It's not a charge.
No, but it's a good attack.
Yeah, sure.
You would leave my baby boy crossbones alone.
No, he has Haymaker. The damage reduction and aggressive are his abilities. I'm pretty certain.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, so like so what you like, what you don't like, what are you concerned about? I think we kind of covered that.
Everything.
Yeah.
She's terrifying.
I'm concerned.
She's going to be too difficult to get off the table.
I'm concerned about fighting against her. I'm not concerned about playing as her.
Right.
Right. The only concern I have is there's going to be a list. There's going to be a list that is going to be a hard counter to her. And I think it's just, well, that's all we're ever going to see. It's like, if you're bringing She-Hulk, then I'm going to bring the list that's going to give you all the conditions.
Status effects. That's
effect.
her downfall.
And that's the thing, is that there are so many great characters out there across many different affiliations that add status effects. Mm-hmm. I think.
Mm-hmm. I think right off the bat, you have to build with the, like, if you're going to go to tournaments, or if you play how the game is designed to be played, not like how we are, we're like, okay, that's what I'm bringing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Where you're doing draft and you're rostering, you have to expect that She-Hulk is in every list, mm-hmm. and build accordingly about it. Yep. And you really should be building lists that give out status effects anyway. Like, yes. Yeah, you're dumb.
They're super good.
As a guy who never does that, you're dumb. Like,
you're dumb like me if you don't do this.
MCP, like pre-wave 2 finishing, I thought status effects were, for the most part, pretty shit.
Yeah. The first 5 or 6 were kind of like, I mean, they're okay. There wasn't
good ways to add them. It was mostly bleed. Which, thank God they throw us 18 bleed tokens per character pack that comes out. You know what I mean? Because we just never have enough of those. But yeah, Hawkeye, Star-Lord, Proxima.
Yeah.
They're all going to be great against her. Mm-hmm. Shuri, honestly.
Shuri, I think Shuri is going to be super smart.
Actually, I don't know if Shuri can push her. I don't know what the limit is. She
can push Hulk.
But it might be.
Shuri doesn't have a limit on her push, does she? For size? I thought it was just if you get a wild, they pushed.
Yeah, because wasn't the bane of Hulk's existence was Shuri?
Venom.
Oh, was it Venom?
For me.
That happened to me a lot.
Yeah. Because he had weak energy defense. Yeah. Not that it mattered against Shuri, because she could only ever do 1 damage.
Right. But it gets the push through.
Yeah.
And that really hurts Venom. But yeah, so what do you think? We're never going to see Hulk?
I don't think there's any reason to play Hulk anymore with her.
The only thing I like is he's a little bit more maneuverable, in the sense of, because he's got Gamma Leap and he can throw people. Like, he can do Gamma Launch and throw teammates.
Yeah.
Fastball special. But I would take.
I already think Hulk was underutilized. I don't think this helps that at all. I think it makes it worse.
He was hard to justify before. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, why would you take Hulk when there's She-Hulk?
No, granted, just looking at She-Hulk on paper, she looks really good. Mm-hmm. I am probably not going to play her because she's 6th threat.
That's fair.
Don't like those.
Yeah, you don't like. You don't. You have Magneto. You have a hard time.
Unless it's Magneto.
Right. I was gonna say you have a hard time usually justifying Magneto. Mm-hmm. I think it really depends. Once we get we get everything in our hands and we're looking at stuff, and we really can figure out how hoardy we can make the list.
Yeah.
Where you can justify bringing 6 because you can bring all these 2s and 3s.
Well, and I mean, she has it on spades. There are so many people on that affiliation list, and a lot of them are 2 and 3 cost characters.
Yeah.
You almost have no reason to not run a full affiliation list.
Yep.
Unless you're bringing.
Also, Nebula should be on that list.
The whole thing.
If Gamora's on that list, Nebula should be on that list, I feel.
I also think Gamora and Nebula should be Black Order, but
Is Nebula not Black Order?
No.
That's stupid.
Neither of them are. It's only the 5.
I can see them not putting Gamora on it, I guess, but yeah, they both should be on.
There's no reason Nebula's. I don't understand why Nebula's not on there.
My understanding is, in the comics, they are not as like.
They were never canonically in the Black Order. The Black Order did, in fact, refer to those specific 4 people.
Right. So I think that's why, but they also, I mean, they do have like Daughters of Thanos card, which has nothing to do with Thanos necessarily, but you know, but I guess more in the comics, they are strictly out to kill Thanos. And in the movies, it was a lot more of they worked with him kind of thing. So
it's one of my very few complaints of the game is that mix of MCU and comic inspiration where like characters that have gems are characters that had stones in the movies. Because why doesn't Drax get access to the power gem? He had the power gem in the comics for years. Yeah. He wore that little red gem on his forehead. Drax had that forever. Why doesn't he have it in the game? Because those are based on the stones in the movies. So I don't like that. Why? It's a little bit of both.
Why can't Vision bring the mind gem? Or whatever gem was literally built into his skull. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense.
That lack of consistency drives me a little
never
crazy.
Had any of the gems in character, did he? In the movie?
No.
He's a gem bearer.
Wong?
No, not Wong.
What? Wong's not.
Maw.
Oh, Maw.
Oh, Ebony Maw?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a little bit of both. Because in the movies, he never had any.
I mean, I get it. Black Order was designed to be able to use gems. That was
I'm okay with that.
The release of it, right? That was the whole idea. But yeah, I don't know of anything that he was able to do. Otherwise.
I do hope we see more equipment style things like that. That cause threat. I don't know what else would be out there.
Even just like equipment type stuff.
But you wouldn't be able to make it retroactive for a lot of the big main characters unless they added lists of people that could use it to the equipment itself.
Right.
Which I feel is the way to go. I could see
situations where you get like Iron Man Mark IV. Play this, it costs 2 and you get this additional attack.
That would be so awesome.
You know what I mean? Like things like that. Like it's a different version of the armor or
I don't
things like that.
So that one specifically, that particular example, I see them just making a new model.
Which I'd also be okay with, because Iron Man is one that I would be fine with having multiple versions of. Like Black Widow being the only one that have multiple versions of so far. It's kind of like, really? Black Widow? But okay. Like,
yeah, we get it. You hate women.
She's different.
Yeah.
Shut up. But like having different versions of Iron Man makes perfect sense because he had all kinds of different armor and whatnot. And obviously they're doing it down the road. We know there's another Spider-Man coming that as far as we understand, it's just called this Amazing Spider-Man. We don't know. Is it a different version of Peter Parker? Is it something else? Is it Doc Ock? Is it what's going on there?
I would love a superior Spider-Man model.
That would be really cool. Too. We know what's called Amazing Spider-Man, so it shouldn't be Otto, but
maybe it's Armored Spider-Man.
I'd be okay with that too.
Silver suit. I would love that.
I have that foil comic. Used to have it on my wall.
That's too.
The first appearance of the armor.
It is a shame because I feel like literally any other quantifier word, prefix Spider-Man word, would have been better. But the Amazing Spider-Man is very. It's
Peter Parker.
One particular person. Right. Yeah.
Maybe it's movie version.
Yeah.
The Andrew Garfield version, because that was Amazing Spider-Man movies.
It's definitely
the coolest
Peter
Spider-Man.
Parker. Everybody knows that. You know what I mean?
Like the coolest Peter Parker, I guess, is what I meant by that.
I hope it's Ben Reilly.
Because he was skateboarded around and he was cool and could talk to girls and he wasn't a nerd at all. He was like a chic nerd.
Yeah, he was.
Andrew Garfield played the best
fine.
Spider-Man.
He played it fine. I just wasn't a huge fan.
Tobey Maguire played the best Peter Parker. Until the current one, who played the best.
And Tom Holland's my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
By
He's
leaps
the best
and bounds.
By far. But I feel Tobey Maguire, awesome Peter Parker, not a stellar Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield played an awesome Spider-Man because he had the attitude and the quips and all that stuff.
Well, the writing was better for that too.
Too cool to be Peter Parker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Holland is a great right down the middle. He nails the awkwardness and the quips and everything.
Yeah.
That was the biggest problem with the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, is that Spider-Man wasn't funny.
Right.
He didn't joke.
It's pizza time.
Well, there you have it, true believers. Our quick 20-minute vlog.
Oh, this is supposed to be short?
Yeah. We're supposed to only do like a 20-minute thing.
I like this better. I like this as a regular thing.
Yeah.
I want to do this more, honestly.
Yeah, I like sitting and talking. Next month.
I could talk about this stuff forever, so this is fine.
Sit and talk, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, we don't actually ever have to play the game. Let's just analyze it and never pick up models. You know what I mean? That's my favorite.
Save me a lot of money.
Next, you're not wrong. Next month, February. Unless you have a suggestion for us, we'll deep dive. Maybe we'll look at some tactics cards or something, and we'll do.
We were going to get more information too. Spoilers between now and then.
We might have Inhumans cards to talk about, so we can hear about how much you guys hate Inhumans.
Except for Lockjaw.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah.
I never had strong feelings one way or another on the Inhumans until
X-Men versus Inhumans. Where
it became super obvious that Disney was like, well, we're never going to get mutants back. We're going to kill them all. Inhumans are the new mutants. You like mutants, kid. Here's Black Bolt.
I love Black Bolt, though.
He's dumb.
His real name is Blackagar Boltagon.
Yeah.
Can't even say it. Yeah. Blackagar Boltagon.
Yeah. Sure is.
Cracks me up. It's so
Who's the one guy that doesn't have any powers?
Karnak, he has powers.
No, he doesn't.
Is that the dude that has like
he's trained as a monk?
No, his power is that he analyzes situation to stop
training
to win in one hit.
Is that the green dude?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just did a commission of like printed things for somebody.
Yeah.
Like they printed them all and because he's writing his own version of MCP, but
sure, because it's not good or anything. Yeah. It's not one of the best skirmish games that we've ever played.
He gave me a bunch of free models I didn't want.
Yeah.
Okay. Like who cares?
And he's not a patron, so
yeah, and I don't he's never gonna hear this. I don't give a shit. Shout out to Gil. But he wanted me to paint up like they were horribly printed anyway, but like Lockjaw looked kind of cool, but like there was like this one dude, the green guy, I was like, is this fucking Mastermind or Megamind or what the fuck his name was? And then a dude who had platform shoes, but they were like hooves. They were only the front part of the shoe.
Yeah, it's Gorgon.
Okay, that is dumb. It was a dumb dude.
He stomps his hoofs and he makes like seismic waves come out.
That's fucking dumb.
And he's like a big satyr.
I hope they never put him in.
Oh, I want a Gorgon model real bad.
No. All the Inhumans are stupid. They would be fine separate but equal. Here's the Inhumans. Put them over there. They can have their own thing. Don't mix them with everything else.
Here's the
I don't want to play Cyclops versus He-Man. Like they're just too different. They're different sized models. They're different scales. Just keep them over there. I don't want my peanut butter sandwich touching my macaroni and cheese juice. That's it.
God.
If we get Illuminati out of it, which means we'll eventually get an Xavier, sure, whatever, fine.
Yeah.
If
just wait for that terrain pack, that $60 terrain pack with the handicap ramps because Xavier came out.
I really hope we get an Xavier model and it's like a legit wheelchair, not even the cool hover wheelchair.
Yeah.
It's like an actual wheelchair just to piss off all the nerds. Like, why would you not give us the floating one?
Every spoke is its own piece.
Yeah. Anyway, there you guys have it. Next month, depending on what comes out, we'll deep dive characters or we'll talk about something. Who knows?
We'll talk about something.
Yeah. This has been Did I Roll a Wild? Marvel Crisis Protocol vlog. Thank you for joining us. And thank you once again, patrons.
Yeah.
Till next month.
Bye.
Bye.